talk now. This MMA, what we talking about? Yeah, you tuned into the pod now. Gonna be hard for you to stop now. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in.
Welcome back to another episode of Caged In. I'm your host, Chris DiCarlo. Today we got a very special guest making his return to the show. It is Ozzy Martin. How are we doing today, my man?
Good. Can't complain. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. You know, we're off to a new year, 2025. You got a big fight coming up at the end of the month. You're making your pro debut at Cage Titans 69 versus Ron Marshall, January 25th, Plymouth Memorial Hall. Before we talk about that one, man, I do want to jump into your 2024 real quick, recap the year that you had, because it was a big year for you. You fought twice, went 2-0 in 2024. Won the Cage Titans Amateur Welterweight title at Cage Titans 63 versus Cullen Johnson, and then successfully defended that belt versus Jay Curley at Cage Titans 66. I know we already recapped the Cullen Johnson fight, so we don't got to go back and talk about that one, man. But the fight versus Jay, man, how did you feel about that fight? You got a second round finish there, man. How did you feel about your performance that night?
I was right after the fight, I wasn't like super thrilled. I thought I fought well, and obviously Jay's a tough competitor, great wrestler, and I felt like I could have done a little better watching it back. I was way happier when I watched it back. But like it was good, man. It was a really fun fight, and I was like happy to challenge myself with an elite wrestler because that's what I really wanted. And like I tried to fight more last year. It was tougher. I'm pretty sure we spoke about that a little bit in the last interview. But Jay, stepped up and he wanted to fight, and I come to fight, and he came to fight for sure, and that was just a great fight, and it feels good to get a win over a competitor like that. You know what I mean? Like really good athlete, very accomplished wrestler. So it feels good for sure.
For sure, man. Did anything about that fight surprise you? Maybe something that Jay did inside there that you weren't really expecting, or maybe, the atmosphere of the building because the place was going crazy that night, man. Anything about that night and that performance surprise you?
Um, I'm trying to think. I mean, like, not really. I expected him to wrestle heavy. That's why I was moving so much, and I wasn't really, standing and trying to trade with him, and really didn't overcommit on my hands because I knew that's what he wanted, for me to just commit, stand still, so he could just take me down and try and control me. So I had to be on my bike a little bit, stay moving. That's something I adopted very well from Devin Powell, and he was just on me about that, like move. Also, my wrestling coach Ross Dinar was just adamant, like, hey, what wrestlers want is for you to stand still so they can just grab you. So I had to just move, and it was good, man. I feel like the threat of the takedown opened up his striking a little bit, and it was just exactly what I needed, and I'm glad that the fight happened. I'm glad it went how it went, even if it didn't go my way. I still would have. Oh, I still like the challenge because that's just how I am.
Mhm.
Never shy away.
For sure, man. That fight ended up winning Amateur Fight of the Year, at the Cage Titans End of the Year Awards. You also took home Amateur Fighter of the Year as well. When you look back on your year, that was 2024, all the things that you accomplished even with only having those two fights, man, how would you describe your 2024 overall, man, and, all the things that you got to accomplish last year?
It was good. Like it was a great year. I grew a lot as a fighter and as a person, but more importantly as a fighter. I think I got way better, and I think I just keep getting better every single day. And honestly, on the track that I am right now, I feel the best. I say this every time, but it's true. I feel the best I've ever felt, and right now, and 2024 was a good year, but 2025, now that I'm a professional, it's gonna be way better, and I'm very excited to just keep fighting, getting in there, getting better, and showing everybody how good I really am. Because still, I don't think everybody's seen how good I truly am. I feel like I have so much more to display. I work so hard in the gym there every single day for hours on end. I'm just there all the time. So it's like I'm just developing every single day, and I have such a good team around me. I have such good training partners that I really think that not just me, but our whole gym is a threat to everybody, not just in New England, but to the world.
For sure, man. You're going into your pro debut on January 25th. Why was this the right time for you to make the decision to go pro? When you talk to your coaches and everything, you know, in the styles of the fighters that you fought in your amateur career, I'm sure you were trying to check off as many boxes as possible before you made the turn. But why was now the right time for you?
I just felt, it was just tough to get fights. It was tough to get. We were trying to fight for different promotions and get some more titles, but it was just tough and it was just a pain in the ass. So, and like my coaches and I know my teammates felt that I was definitely ready to take that next step as a professional. My skills are definitely there, and just the way I train and the way like I live my life, I was already a professional way before I became a professional, and I had that mindset. I've had that mindset for a long time now, and nothing's really different for me now except that I can elbow and knee to the head. So I just have way more tools. So it's just scarier for the other people now that I can use all my tools. I've been training everything, all my tools for a long time now, and I can finally put them to use in front of people in the cage. So I'm very excited, and
Awesome,
I'm
man.
very happy for the 5-minute rounds too. I'm
Yeah, for
tired of
sure.
those short ass 3-minute rounds.
Definitely, man. We're definitely excited to see you turn pro. You know, like you said, knees, elbows. You're already a pretty vicious fighter as it is under the amateur rule set. So I'm sure now that you're going to have use of all your weapons in the pro ranks, man, it's going to make your game even more exciting to watch. So I think I speak for myself and the rest of the fans, man. We're very excited to see you put those skills to use. Let's talk about this next fight, man. Cage Titan 69. Like we said, making your pro debut versus Ron Marshall. What do you know about Ron, man, and how do you feel about him as an opponent?
I know he's been fighting for a long, long time. Uh, sorry. He's been fighting for a long, long time, and he's fought a bunch of UFC veterans. Some guys have gone to the UFC, which is cool. I know he did like his losses are to good guys, pretty much all around, and I know he has a strong he just want to say he has a strong clinch. He seems like a strong guy. Um, but I'd be lying to you if I didn't think that I was going to beat his ass. To be fair, I think I'm going to respectfully, obviously, with all the respect to Ron. I like he's a great competitor. He's been fighting for a long, long time. He's fought some huge names. He's got some wins, and but I just feel like I am levels above this guy. Like, like through thick and thin, I'm just way better. And I don't say that as a cocky person. I don't want to give that impression. I'm just confident because in my preparation, confidence comes from preparation, and what I do in the gym is just I know that I'm going to win this fight, and I know I don't have any doubt, and I just got to get in there and execute. And all the respect to Ron, he's working his ass off. I know he's going to come to fight. People shouldn't overlook him. Obviously, everyone's a threat in there. And like he actually used to train at Nostos. My coach Devin Powell knows a little bit about him, and I just know that I'm gonna win, and it's just a matter of where the fight goes because I'm better everywhere, whether that be in the clinch, on the ground, especially on the feet. But I know he's gonna come to fight. He doesn't really give a fuck, to be honest. Like I've seen him fight. He doesn't give a fuck who's got in front of him. He's just gonna try and come forward and come with strikes, clinch you against the wall, get you tired. But we'll see when it comes down to January 25th what really happens. I know I'm gonna win, and I know whether it be by vicious knockout or maybe I'll put him on his ass and elbow his face in.
There we go, man. I know throughout Ron's career, especially his pro career, he's fought at like heavyweight, light heavyweight. He's coming back down to 170 for the first time in a while. So you would assume that would give him kind of a size advantage, man. When you think of this fight from a size perspective, I know you've been getting bigger in your own right. How do you preview this thing from the height weight perspective?
I don't really give a fuck, to be honest, about the height and weight because, early in my career, I never used to cut weight. I used to fight guys. I used to walk around at 173, 174, not cut weight, fight guys that were 20 pounds heavier than me, and I'd still knock them out or fuck them up. So it doesn't really matter if he's strong or not. I've fought strong guys my entire career. Um, you know, I'm sure it's going to give him like I don't know, because like in order for him to use the strength advantage, he's got to get close to me, and if he's got to have to pay a big toll if he wants to get that close to me. Whether like he gets hit really hard and he gets knocked out, or something else happens. But if he wants to use that strength factor, he's got to close the distance. And my distance management, I think, is one of my best things as a fighter, along with my power. So I think that for him, in order to execute his strength and his size advantage, he's going to have to get close, and that's going to be extremely hard for him. Yeah, that's basically it. And like he's probably going to be strong. I don't doubt he's strong, but I'm strong too. I'm very strong. I'm stronger than I look. A lot of people don't think I'm that strong, but and then until we clinch up and they feel how strong I am. So I think he's going to be extremely surprised. My last fight, I know I fought a really good wrestler. Wrestlers are known for their explosiveness and their strength. And I think that one thing that Jaden was surprised about was how strong I really am. So I'm excited to see how Ron reacts to my strength. Because he might be strong for the first 20, 30 seconds, but let's see if he can maintain that strength for the whole time.
For sure, man. I got to ask it, man. What can the fans inside Plymouth Memorial Hall expect from the return of Ozzy Martin on January 25th?
Ain't nothing new, exciting fight every single time. And, I'm looking for the knockout always. I'm looking for that fucking viral knockout. I'm looking for that crazy clip. But with that, I'm going to fight smart like I always do, defensively sound, and just break down my opponent, whether I decide to take him down to show off my grappling, because that's still, people haven't really seen that. And I do have very good grappling, especially my wrestling and my top pressure, my ground and pound. But I haven't been able to display that just because I really like to strike. I really like the fight itself. So, I know a lot of people and a lot of fans love the striking. So I always want to give them a show as well. But, just violence, like he's just going to be bad. Honestly, I will say a little prayer for Ron, because when we get in there, I don't care who he is. I'm looking to kill him. I don't care if it's him or anybody else, whoever I get in there with. All respect to him. He's a fantastic competitor. He's coming to fight, and he's going to bring the best out in me. And I know he's very experienced, and he's been there with the great guys, tough guys. But right now, in the course of where I am in my life, I'm doing this for my life. Like, he's maybe doing it to like have a comeback, or but he's on the older side. I'm 22 years old. I'm hungry as fuck, and I've shown before that I won't quit no matter what. I'll take a beating and I'll keep fucking coming forward. I don't see him doing anything dangerous to me. I just know wherever the fight goes, I'm gonna win, and I really hope that I can show off just not only my grappling, but just my vicious, vulgar display of power. That's what I want to display.
Awesome, man. We're very excited to see you get back in there and put on a show. Last year you fought 2 times. Can we expect, the same amount of fights in 2025, more fights in 2025? What's
I
kind
want
of
to
the
fight more.
outlook for you? Yeah.
I want to fight more. I really do want to fight more. Now that I'm a professional, I hope that I'll be able to fight more. Obviously, I want to get some good experience under my belt, but yeah, I do very much want to fight more than twice this year. Maybe four or five times, 3, 4, 5 times. We'll see how the fights go, man. Because honestly, it's not really the fights that get me all messed up. It's sometimes like the camp, because I push super hard especially when I'm in camp. Like I train all the time anyway, even when I'm not in camp. But when I'm in camp, I have that little extra edge. But honestly, like I'm good right now. I feel good, and I can't wait to just get in there and fight again, man. Like I got this itch. I got this thing, this fire burning inside of me right now to just fight. And it's just like every day that gets closer, it's like Christmas every single day. And then you wake up and I finally get to fucking fight. And I'm just so excited.
Hell yeah, man. I'm excited to see you get back in there, man. Before I let you go, anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you got to shout out, man, now's your time. And where can the people come find you on social media as well?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Ozzy._9. And obviously thank my entire team at Nostos MMA. Devin Powell, my training partners, Brody McDougall, Kyle Hill, Jared St. Jean, Kyle Pafal, Nate Grimmard, Nick Eldridge, like all these guys are just lethal. They're dangerous. And, we got some guys that were amateurs going pro soon as well. And, you know, it's just I just gotta thank those guys really, and my coach, obviously Devin Powell, Nick Miles, and Ross Denard, like David Burke, all those guys. Just I could honestly list them each individually out because they've each individually helped me in their own way, and we're coming. We're all coming for everyone, not only in New England but in the world, and just everybody that's helped me in the past and helped me now. Thank you so much. And you know, all my sponsors, you can find all my sponsors on my social media because I got a lot right now, and it would take me probably like 5 minutes to list out all of them and talk about them. So you can find them at my social media. But you know, just I'm forever grateful, and obviously God, Jesus Christ, thank you so much because without my faith, honestly, like without my faith, I don't know if I would be able to do this, and that's what brought me to this sport too, and just it just keeps me calm under that chaos, you know, just having that faith and believing. And I'm just super excited to do this. You know, I believe that I was born for this. I believe that I was blessed with this to do this, not just for myself, but to represent my family, to represent my team, to represent just, you know, everyone. And I'm just super, super excited.
Awesome, man. Well, Ozzy, I appreciate you coming on here. As always, man, taking the time to speak to me. Best of luck on January 25th, man. I'll see you inside there.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the interview.
Always.
Down for the count and he can't even talk now. This MMA, what we talking about? Yeah, you tuned into the pod now. Gonna be hard for you to stop now. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in.